One guy's not had a good week, and we talked about him last week. I'm talking about primetime. We're talking about Deion Sanders. He had his first team meeting a week ago that we talked about, and his phrase was, "I'm a-comin'," and he started talking about all the things that he wanted Colorado football to be, and he wrapped it up by saying, if you don't think you can do this, here's the transfer portal. He's got 26 in the portal so far in the first week who have opted out that don't buy the sales pitch. A lot of other people in Mississippi are really upset. And I think it's kind of unfair because I think Deion did a lot of things for the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the black schools, the Alcorn states and the Mississippi valleys and all that in terms of fundraising and directing African Americans that you need to go to school. You need to go to one of these schools. We need to resurrect the old SWAC. But boy, he's gotten drilled by some of the columnists in the Deep South for being a sellout. You know, he kept saying, I'm here and I'm going to do a great job and we're going to reestablish the HBCU schools, and then he bails. I don't know that you can criticize him for accepting a pay raise from $300,000 to $6.2 million. I don't think you can criticize him for wanting to see if he could do it at the next level. He's such a persona. But they called him a sellout. And they said, you know, the big difference between Deion and anybody else that's been here in the SWAC? Our guy stayed. And they quoted Eddie Robinson, who coached at Grambling for 3 decades and turned down the Philadelphia Eagles and Pittsburgh Steelers head coaching job. And they talked about Jake Gaither from way back in the day, Florida A&M Rattlers, one of the first great black institutions. And they said Deion sold out the universities, and everything he said that was important to him about the historically black universities and colleges must not be important now because he took the money and he went to the Pac-12. I think it's unfair. Deion worked really, really hard, donated a whole chunk of his salary so they could build an athletic training facility there at J-State. And he did recommend to the president, and they just did. They upgraded and named T.C. Taylor, who was a wide receiver coach, named him the head coach rather than going outside to try to start a search really late. So I'm going to be interested to see what Deion does at Colorado. He's going to have to bring a whole truckload of players in because he's got a lot of guys that are leaving because I'm a-coming. Your thoughts on what happened in Mississippi and the reaction?
Yeah, I think it's really unfair. I mean, because Deion Sanders came and brought so much to Jackson State, really helped put that program on the map and had a great, what was he there, 3 years?
3 years.
3 years.
28-5.
So he was tremendous. And yeah, but he has a better opportunity. You can't shame a person for getting a huge raise and moving up to a better job. I get why they're burned. You know, maybe they just want to, you know, they want to, I don't know, they're just really connected to the SWAC and to the history of all of those programs. But to me, prime time is going to be going for the prime time. You know, he's going to the Pac-12 and he's bringing his heroism. He's bringing his brand, all the swagger. He's going to really do something special in Colorado. And I love every minute of it, what he's doing. So I got to get a Buffalo's, jersey because I'm on board.
Well, there's no doubt that there's a lot of bravado, and now it'll be followed up by him getting access, and he's going to recruit players. And I think he will be a magnet for great high school African-American players to want to go to CU because that's what he did at Jackson State. But there is great heritage. When you spend 2.5 years and all you talk about is the history of the SWAC and Jerry Rice at Mississippi Valley and Walter Payton played at Jackson State. When you talk about that and you talk about that and you talk about that and then you turn and leave at the first opportunity, I guess I could understand.